answer it.
Would you like to give yourself a quick intro?
Hello, I'm Varun. I work as a software engineer at Aquinox and I lead the team for KubeArmor, a CNCF open source project. We provide cloud native runtime security. That's about me.
So what is KubeArmor and how does it help in securing Kubernetes clusters?
So in general, Kubernetes landscape has focused, there are many areas in Kubernetes landscape which need security, whether it be container images, whether it be deployments, but there's a big factor which is looked upon, which is runtime. That's where KubeArmor comes into the play. We can help you prevent vulnerabilities from being exploited at runtime. That's why KubeArmor is a cloud-native runtime security enforcement system.
According to what you've seen in the industry, what is the number one security concern that a lot of enterprises have?
So, in general, we have been stabilizing the security landscape in general for over the last 5 years. And the main factor which drastically changed where people were looking at for security was the Log4j zero-day attack, which happened. And that put all the focus on runtime. And I personally believe that runtime is something that everyone is looking for now, especially with the rise of attacks on 0 days, privilege escalation attempts. Runtime is the hot topic today.
If you were to recommend a security stack for someone who's just moving to Kubernetes as a completely new, how would you recommend that they move to Kubernetes while maintaining application and production environment security?
So that's a very subjective question in general because everyone has their own kinds of environment. And for this specific reason, CNCF Tax Security Group has published a security white paper, which you can take as a reference to start implementing security. They talk about a couple of life cycle events like build time. You have your minimal container images. That's not something people generally start with. So minimal container images, image vulnerability scanning using Trivy, your deployment and admission level protection using Kubernetes, and then finally runtime protection using tools like Falco and KubeArmor.
And lastly, what's one of the hot new features with KubeArmor that you would like to share about?
So we have especially for KubeCon, we have been getting a lot of features, but one cool thing you can probably look forward to is that we introduced the support of presets. So what it does is, KubeArmor earlier was purely policy as code. You defined your security policies with process, file, network, and you were restricted to that. We have introduced the concept of presets, which do much more than that. So imagine you want to audit kubectl exec accesses in your infrastructure. KubeArmor can now monitor and do that. So that's something that's really hot and just fresh out of the oven for you.